When it really comes down to it, it's like, what are the options out there? It would be really helpful for me and my audience to really understand the different care options and maybe the pluses and minuses of each.
I always tell my families that there's a lot of layers and levels to senior living, right? So you have senior apartments, right? You have your independent living, you have your assisted living, you have your memory care, you have your residential care homes, plus home care. Everything is based on care needs and budget. Senior apartments are apartment communities that are for people that are 55 and older. They offer different activities for the residents. Most people still kind of work, right? So it's not completely your retirement community. Independent living is an apartment community. Some of them do have like bungalows and cottages, but for the most part, it's just an apartment community for people that are over 55. They offer meals, housekeeping, utilities, all of that is included in the rent. It's an all-inclusive type feel. The best way to describe it is like a cruise ship on land.
So is this first category, you said senior apartments, is that the same thing as independent living?
Nope.
Okay, so I missed the difference. Senior apartments is just you live in a place where a lot of seniors live and that's it.
Right, you have to be 55 or older, correct, to live there.
And that's it. You get nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Yep. Now you have activities for the seniors, but it's just a traditional apartment community for people over 55. When it comes to mobility and bathing assistance, that can even be done at the independent living level. There's independent living communities that can act as an assisted living that have home care on site. There's just a lot of layers and levels to this. And really it just comes down to what their particular care needs are. The next thing is assisted living. When they start not able to manage their activities of daily living, when you start seeing that decline, that's when you start going, okay, maybe we need to start having that conversation. And assisted living, there's a couple of categories here in assisted living. So you have the assisted living, one thing's for sure, say you go out, you find a community that you love, you decide to go with that community, they will then send out a assessment nurse that will assess your loved one to determine what level of care they require. There's low, medium, and high. Obviously, each level of care has a cost associated with it. Low care is going to be different than high care because high care is going to involve more care, so it's going to be more costlier, right?
And those levels are by hours, right? Those are hours needed. That's what I'm finding.
Yeah, and it can be. So they're all a little different, but really the main thing to focus on is what kind of assistance they need. So if they need bathing assistance and medication management, that probably would be maybe on the medium level. If they need assistance with everything, they would be high care, right? So you're right, it's the time spent in the room with the resident. So,
that extra hand-holding, right? It's the medication management, it's the bathing assist, whatever they need.
Yep, that's correct.
So there's low, medium, and high in assisted living.
That's right, you got it. And there's those communities that charge for levels of care. Then you have your assisted living communities that are inclusive, that do not charge for levels of care. Still, there's a level of care to their assessment. However, they don't charge for the different levels. It's all one price. So it doesn't matter where you land on that care spectrum. Every community is different in what they offer in terms of care. And then you have memory care, which is, of course, for the residents that have dementia. And this is obviously specialized. Everybody in there is trained to deal with dementia, all the way down to the cooks and the chef. Memory care is some of the most amazing places I have ever been, in all honesty. They really, truly are designed to help that person with dementia thrive. They really just are incredible. But the way memory care works is typically they would come out and assess just like they would in assisted living. So they would do an assessment on your loved one to determine that level of care, but most of them do not charge for levels of care. It's usually just one cost. And then you have residential care homes. And these are actually my personal favorite. Residential care homes are 16 residents or less. They're obviously very, very small communities. You get a higher caregiver to resident ratio. In a care home, it's usually one caregiver to every 2 residents. So you get a lot more hands-on care at a care home. Most of them are inclusively priced. They don't charge for levels of care. They still assess, but they don't charge. It's all worked into the price. And they're usually a lot less than your inclusively priced assisted livings.
Your terms may be different than mine, but like, for example, my dad, who has dementia, is currently what I call boarding care. You're calling it residential care. And it's like
Same.
up to 6 residents. I think where he lives now, there's 3.
Yep.
2 or 3, and right now they have 1 caregiver for 3 residents, and he gets watched 24/7. And he has dementia, and they watch out for everything. And he is thriving. He is thriving.
Romy, that's so great to hear.
Best case scenario, he's just super happy.
Yes.
So that's what you're calling residential. And the ratio is right. That's a nice caregiver to patient ratio. It seems like in the bigger memory care, and you were saying this too, it might be more residents, less caregivers. There also could be nurses and
Yep.
higher level qualified individuals in those places.
Sure,
right?
sure. Absolutely. Then you have home care, which of course is a great solution. Home care is great for a temporary time period. They can help with bathing, they can help with toileting, housekeeping, errands, those activities of daily living. They cannot help with medications. So that's a really good thing to have while you're out even looking for places for your loved one. And also there are some independent livings, Romy, that have hospice, nursing care. No one community is created equal, so they all offer something a little different. Some have home care services on site, which means they have their own home care team.
Is that provided, you get it through the place you live, or you're bringing like an outside party
The community has their own home care team on site.
that you pay additional for?
Yep, it's an a la carte style menu. Say you just need bathing assistance. You would just purchase bathing assistance, and a lot of them just charge by the minute. So it's a good way to kind of control cost if it's a budget issue. And I will refer people that need services like that to independent living because it's a lot less expensive and you have a little more control over the cost of things. Of course, it doesn't come with the levels of care like assisted living does.
Kelly, like, this was just so helpful, so valuable. You make it simple to understand this tough phase in our lives, and you know how approachable a place for mom is. What a great wealth of knowledge and resources you have. So you've got our backs, and that's a beautiful thing.